Welcome back to the Eric Krown crypto channel, and a bit of a different video today as I wanted to give a bit of a review for the new exchange on the block, Bitget. Now, I am obligated by law and of course moral conscience as well to let you know that this is a paid review. However, I do quite like this exchange. The biggest reason, they allow Americans. So for all of the American citizens out there, you now have a home for leveraged futures trading on Bitcoin. That is completely legal and all good. Anyways, with that in mind, Bitget is, or just a few things about Bitget, I guess, is it's a top 5 exchange right now and actually growing pretty insanely. In fact, they kind of came out of nowhere. In fact, with 2+ million users and an average daily trading volume of about 8.1 billion, which is like insane, actually. Like really good. They have partnerships with PGL, the leading esports events company, and Juventus, which is a soccer team, apparently, starting in 2021. And they actually can be used not just in the USA, but also in Canada and in Australia. So that is actually really important because obviously we all want to be playing by the rule book. You know, we want to be able to trade, but at the same time we want to be able to not have to deal with any sort of regulatory unclarity or disclarity, whatever that might be. Obviously, it's going to be a lot better to be safe in that regard instead of going on some of these exchanges that you do need like a VPN for, which obviously you can get in trouble for. Anyways. As far as that goes, their two main products over here are going to be the USDT, that's Tether margined futures, and then USDC margined futures as well. We can actually take a quick look at them. I do have a demo account on this, and you can get that as well, which I strongly recommend simply because, well, demo accounts are the best way to get repetitions in without actually losing money. And you can kind of test out your strategies in that regard. Anyways, other than that, I want to let you know that, again, no VPN is needed, and they also actually have no KYC, and they do have the lowest trading fee in the industry that I'm aware of right now. So they have a maker fee of 0.02% per contract and a taker fee of 0.06% per contract. So that is actually like very competitive, or it's not just competitive, it is quite literally the best as of this moment in time of the recording of this video in May of 2022. Anyways, other than that, they've had zero accidents, zero incidents of being hacked or anything. They have actually some pretty staunch security systems from what I'm aware of, which is obviously good because, you know, we don't just like to not lose money while trading, but also just not have it stolen from you as well. That's actually quite nice. And then they also have the ever so sought after copy trading, which I believe is right here. Yeah. I probably will join this at some point. They've kind of made me an offer that I can't refuse. But as far as copy trading goes, you know, obviously the sort of benefit of that is just the simple essence that, you know, you don't really have to do much yourself, which, you know, may or may not be for you. For myself, that's nothing that I'll ever use. Just, you know, full disclosure, obviously. But for other people out there, you know, if you do have someone that's trusted that you do quite like, then that's perhaps something to be excited about, I guess. Other than that, of course, you know, it's pretty. Well, I've actually never used it before, but it's pretty cut and dry, as you can see. You know, just find someone that you like. They have all sorts of. This guy's pretty good right here, 2.22%. It looks like some people are doing well, so, you know, fair enough. You know, more power to them. Not something for me necessarily, but again, for other people out there who are just looking for maybe like an easier way to kind of get in the game and get some exposure, then that would be a good thing to perhaps consider. In my opinion, it's always best to work out your own strategies and then be the person who's actually, you know, providing something like this. That's kind of where you want to be. But hey, you know, teach their own, and I'm not one to judge within that regard. Other than that, I should let you know that they do have a sign-up bonus going on right now as well. They will essentially give you a trading fee discount, which is always good, especially if you're trading more often, as well, what's better than having, you know, lower trading fees, especially, you know, as they do kind of start to eat you up on other exchanges that I am very familiar with. Anyways, other than that, I think they have like a 153 new user bonus, and they probably have other things coming as well. So with all of that said, you know, this is like a pretty cut and dry exchange over here. I'll just kind of give you a brief demo on a demo account. as Bitcoin. What are you doing? It looks like it's rallying up a little bit. In this case, I should probably just show you very, very briefly how to actually use this exchange. This will be the same on, actual live accounts as well. All of this interface over here. Here is, of course, the order book. Here are the actual market orders, the orders that are actually going in and being filled. You got a nice little chart over here. Personally speaking, I'm always going to do my charting on TradingView because, it's just, that's where all the tools are really. But if you don't have an account there, this will get the job done, I suspect. Other than that, everything's pretty standard. You got your margin ratios over here, all of your account equity and all the metrics that you need to know about that, of course. And then you do have, or I have three. Hey, I have three. Holy shit, I'm rich. I have 3,000 in the trial funds. And then over here, you do have, you can't actually see it that well, but the position. So if I have a live position, it'll show up right there. In fact, we can just put one in right now. Why not? I'm going to probably market this one in. Let's see. Might as well just, let's buy 100. Oh, no. That's literally 100 Bitcoin. Okay, let's maybe do like 0.1 Bitcoin. We don't need to get wrecked, even though it is oh, can we not do it like that? There we go. Yeah, you need to put a 0.1 and we'll just market that one in. Thank you very much. And it's going up. All right, there we go. Now we have a position. You can see how big it is right here, obviously. The open orders, that would be if we had any other orders on the other side, of course, that have not been filled just yet. Open price, that's the price that I got filled, 36.022, spot 27. Fair price, that's probably versus the index right there. Yeah. And then a liquidation price. So if price action goes down to 6,209.53. I'm out. I lose everything. And then of course your P&L, this is the realized. So this is what you've actually closed and comes into your account. Unrealized is what you have not closed, is essentially given towards your current open position. And then return on equity, of course. All of these are going to be based off of your leverage level. Right now, I'm running cross leverage 20x. This goes all the way up to 125x. I personally don't think that anyone ever needs that much leverage, like ever. But hey, fair enough. To each their own again. And then cross leverage. I'm always a proponent of cross leverage for myself, simply because I'm more active managing risk, and I want to be using my whole portfolio as potential margin for putting on trades. This is not going to be good for some people out there, especially if you're not familiar with trading. Like, don't do this at all. And then two, if you are familiar with trading, understand that if you do not have cross leverage, or if you do have cross leverage on and you do not have risk management, you will lose everything when you get liquidated. Just point blank period. It might be better to start off with isolated so that you can be beholden to only a certain amount. Then again, that to me will never be optimal, and I'm already losing everything. I'm already losing $5.50. This is terrible, man. I'm never going back to the exchange again. Anyways, current funding rates. So you do need to be aware that when you are trading on peer-to-peer exchanges like this, there is a funding rate, and the funding rate is essentially which side of a contract holder is going to pay the other side, and this is how they kind of keep price balance in alignment with the index. And so in this case, when it is negative, that means that short contract holders will pay long contract holders at the end of the funding rate period. So that's going to be counting down right here, 6 hours, 40 minutes, and 19 seconds. Then you get another one, and for right now, I'd get paid, I guess, an okay amount, I suppose. Obviously, that means that if you are holding a short position in this period and you hold it all the way to expiration, you will pay that rate. That is also to say, and a bit of a nuance right here, and a little bit of the old secret, right? Sorry, can't help myself. But I guess maybe less people do know this. I literally bought the top right there. Beautiful. But here's the thing. You will pay no funding rate, actually. Zero funding rate. Nothing at all whatsoever if you jump out, or get paid a funding rate, by the way, as well, because you do get paid if you're long right now. But if you jump out literally 1 second before the expiration period of that funding rate. So in this case, if I were to jump out in 6 hours, 39 minutes, and 30 seconds, then I would neither be paid or pay myself. Other than that, let's see, what else do we want to get into over here? We've already kind of demonstrated a market order. Market orders get executed at the current best BBO. So if we go over here to the order book and I put in a market buy, as I did earlier, it's just going to lift the first best offer. So in this case, that's 35,965 right now. So if I were to put in another market order right there, that's essentially what would happen. And of course, if I were to sell, then it would hit the best bid in this case as well. Limit orders are typically what I actually like to do. They have lower fees as well, pretty much on any exchange that you're aware. But in this case, again, I believe it is, let me just reference my notes, 0.02% for the maker. So limit orders, if you put them not better than the current BBO, then you will get filled a little bit off market. So you run the risk of not getting filled at all. So in this case, if I wanted to buy, I would not put my limit order higher than what we see right here as the best bid, which is 35,966. So if I wanted to put it in, I'd go 959, for example, and I can buy 0.1 again. There we go. I don't actually want to do that, but just for demonstration purposes, let's actually make that like much further away so it doesn't get filled here. I'll put it in. It gives me an order confirmation screen, no problem, margin ratio, all of that good stuff. And we can confirm that. And that'll show up in my open orders over here, as you can see. So this is not executed, obviously, and will just be in here until it either does get executed or I cancel it. Other than that, you can do the same thing for selling as well. In this case, let's just sell like one at 40,000 just to show. We can sell like 0.1 right there, and we'll open that up. Okay, beautiful, and it'll show up here as well. So quite self-explanatory. Order history, that's just the orders that we put in. Doesn't mean that they have gotten filled. The order details, just the details that go alongside that, your fees and all that good stuff. And then fund record, of course, as well. These things perhaps secondary to your positional orders over here and your open orders right here. That's where you're probably going to spend most of your time, if at all. They also have spot trading as well for the people who are interested in that, of course. And other than that, pretty cut and dry as far as an exchange goes. Let me know if you want anything specifically tested. So that I can perhaps do a bit of a demonstration for it. And I think I'll leave that video off right there. This is likely going to be, I mean, this is actually the best exchange for me currently, simply because you can actually trade legally in the US. So I'm a US citizen. So to me, that's a big up. Of course, if you're Canadian or Australian as well, then you have the same sort of things as of right now that I'm aware of. And I think that's a good place for me to leave off on this video. Also, on that note, I should let you know that there is a referral link for Bitget in the link in the description below. Of course, I should let you know that you don't need to use it if you don't want. However, in full disclosure, it is a referral link. And if you do use it, you do get a few benefits like those reduced fees and a few of the perks as well. So with that said, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.